everybody, this is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make the Bunny Ears Headband. This is a pretty beginner friendly pattern. All you're going to need to know how to do is to chain, single crochet, half double crochet, crochet in the back loops, and slip stitch. You can find the complete written pattern on my blog. To start, we'll make a slip knot with our main color. We have our tail. We're going to use that to sew up the end later. And we're just going to start by chaining 7. We're making the base headband right now. You will single crochet in the second chain from the hook and every chain across. So we've completed row 1 and we're moving on to row 2. For row 2 you will chain 1 and turn your work. And now we're going to single crochet in every stitch across, but we're going to single crochet into the back loop only. So go through the center of the stitch and just through the back loop and complete your single crochet, and do that into every stitch all the way across. So row 2 is complete, and now we're just going to repeat row 2 again. So we'll chain 1 and turn our work and single crochet into the back loop only of every stitch across, and you will continue repeating this row over and over again until you have the headband size that you're looking for. You can find suggestions on how many rows to do for each size in the written pattern. This I'm making a baby size right now, so I am going to work 56 rows. So here is the completed headband. You can see how working in the back loops has given us a nice rib texture, which is going to give us a lot more stretch. We're going to use that tail that we had at the beginning to sew this into one large circle. Just make sure that you don't twist the headband while you do this. Now moving right along, we're going to start the bunny ear. Here is what we are making. We're going to start at the top of this, increase a little bit to create a triangle, and then we'll keep it pretty much the same as we go down. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So with the main color, you will chain 3. And then single crochet in the second chain from the hook and in the next chain. For row 2, you will chain 1 and turn. You will work 2 single crochet or a single crochet increase into the first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And that is row 2. Chain 1 and turn. For the next row, we will work 1 single crochet into each stitch across. Chain 1 and turn. Work a single crochet into the first 2 stitches. 1, 2, and then 2 single crochet into the last stitch for row 4. Chain 1 and turn. For row 5, you will single crochet in each stitch across. Moving right along into row 6. For row 6, you'll chain 1 and turn, increase in the first stitch or work 2 single crochet into your first stitch, and then single crochet into each stitch across. And now for row 7, we'll chain 1 and turn, and you'll just single crochet in each stitch across. So right now we're kind of alternating a row with an increase and a row that's just steady all the way across. And please remember, you can get the written pattern for this in the link in the description box below. This is really just meant to be a visual aid to help with this pattern. So chain 1 for row 8, and we are going to single crochet in every stitch across except for the last stitch. The last stitch we will work our increase. So 2 stitches into this very last stitch for row 8. For row 9, we'll change it up a little bit. So we are going to chain 1, and we're going to do another increase in row 9. So row 9, we'll single crochet in every stitch across, and then we will increase in the last stitch again. So that has us single crocheting into the first 5 stitches, and 2 single crochet into the 6th stitch for row 9. Moving on to row 10, we will chain 1 and turn, and we will work a single crochet into the first 6 stitches, and then we will work 2 single crochet into the very last stitch. And this pattern works up very, very quickly. I think you could probably have it done in about an hour. So it's a really nice, quick project to do for Easter or for spring, or even for Halloween if you want to be a bunny for Halloween. So we finished row 10 with the increase at the end. Now we are doing row 11. In row 11, we are going to single crochet in every stitch across, and then we will repeat row 11 until we have a total of 26 rows. So from this point on, we're just single crocheting in every stitch across. We're not doing any increases or decreases. So I've completed row 11, and I just continue repeating that row. Here it is on this sample here. We'll repeat it all the way down until we have 26 rows. So I've just finished row 26. My ear is done, and if you want, you could leave this as it is. It's a little bit ruggeder, but I'd like to clean it up a little bit by crocheting around the edge and adding this nice edged border. I think it looks really nice, but if you're not comfortable doing that, you can leave it as it is here. But to do that, we're going to chain 1 and then begin working single crochets into the side of every stitch until we reach the very tip of this ear. So we're just going into the very side of every stitch and working a single crochet, and that just gives us a nice clean edge. Now when you reach the very top, work this very last row on the side, and then when you reach the top, you're just going to work a single crochet into the opposite side of that starting chain. So there was 2 starting chains, so we will work 2 single crochet and 1 into each chain, and then we'll just start working down the other side, working a single crochet into the side of every row. Once you complete your single crochet border, your ear is complete. Just cut your end and fasten off, and leave enough of an end to be able to weave in later. So now we are going to make the inner ear using a light pink color. You don't have to make an inner ear, but it definitely adds some nice detail to this headband. And the nice thing is this is almost exactly the same pattern as the ear, which is a slight variation. We're going to make it a little thinner. So we're going to start by chaining 3 and then single crochet in the second chain from the hook and the third chain from the hook. Chain 1 and turn. Work 2 single crochet into the first stitch and 1 single crochet into the next stitch. We will chain 1 and turn. Single crochet in each stitch across. Chain 1 and turn. For row 4, you will single crochet into the first 2 stitches and then work 2 single crochet into the last stitch. Chain 1 and turn for row 5, and where we'll work 1 single crochet into each stitch across. Chain 1 and turn for row 6. Row 6 will work 2 single crochet into the first stitch and 1 single crochet into the next 3 stitches. Chain 1 and turn for row 7, and in row 7 we'll work 1 single crochet in every stitch across. Chain 1 and turn. For row 8, you are going to single crochet into the first 4 stitches and then work 2 single crochet into the very last stitch, and this is our last row with an increase. To finish up from row 9 through row 20, you will just single crochet in every stitch across. I am just finishing up row 20 here, and I chain 1 at the end, and just like the other ear, I'm going to single crochet around the edge of this inner ear. Again, it's very optional, you don't have to do this, I just think it makes it look a little cleaner. When you reach the top of the ear, single crochet in the opposite side of the starting chain, and then continue to single crochet down the other side of the ear. When you get all the way to the end, you'll just fasten off, cut your thread, and weave in your end. And you're all done. Next, we will make the roses that go on the top of the headband. This is made by working a single row of crochet and then rolling it together. So we'll make a slip knot, still using the same hook as we've used for the rest of the pattern. We are going to chain 20. Single crochet into the second chain from the hook and work 2 half double crochet into the next chain. Single crochet into the next chain and 2 half double crochet into the next chain, and repeat this all the way to the end until you reach your very last chain. Working the half double crochet increase in every other chain is going to help give this more of a rose petal shape. When you reach the very last chain, just work a single crochet and fasten off your piece. So to do that, you'll yarn over, pull it through. Now create a knot. And then already it will automatically kind of spiral up on itself, and you can either use your tail to sew this shut, or to be honest, I grabbed a hot glue gun and carefully put a little bit of hot glue here and held it until it dried to hold the rose petal in shape. The last pieces we're making are 6 rose leaves. And to do this, you will chain 5, and then we will work down both sides of this chain. We will single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet, and slip stitch, and then do the same thing down the other side. So in the second chain from the hook, you will single crochet, next chain, half double crochet, single crochet in the next chain, and then slip stitch to the very last chain. From this point, we're going to turn our chain so we can work down the other side, and in reverse, we are going to slip stitch first, single crochet, half double crochet, single crochet into the last chain, and slip stitch to your first single crochet. And your little leaf is done. You just want to fasten off, pull your tail through, and we'll attach that to our headband. Now that we have all of our pieces made, we're just going to assemble our headband. To do this, I'm taking the headband, making sure I don't twist it. Using the tail that we left, I'm just sewing this together with a simple whip stitch. To get across, just tie a knot and weave in your ends. So we have the headband finished, and we will move on to the ears. Thread your needle with a little bit more of the gray yarn, and we're just going to take the front part, the inner ear, place it in the center of the outer ear, and simply sew along the edges. So once you've worked all the way around the ear, we're just going to take the bottom of the ear here, and we're going to fold it in half and just sew up that little section at the bottom so it stays folded in half, and this is what really helps keep the ear standing up straight. And so that completes our ear, and we'll just go ahead and repeat this for the other side. I'll show you how to attach everything to the headband. I have both of our ears finished, and I'm just going to attach them to the headband with about 2 inches apart. And I did notice after doing this that the ears do flop out a little bit more this way. I'm just going to stick this into one of the grooves and sew it in place. If you don't want them to flop out quite as much, then I would just simply stick the ears closer together. But you'll just sew these in place. Once the ear is sewn in place, you'll just separate the second ear by about 1 inch to 2 inches and sew that one in place as well. So now I'm going to go ahead and work with the roses. As I said, these kind of naturally spiral up on their own. And you'll just use your yarn tail that you have to sew everything in place. Just work and get the rose exactly how you want it. And then sew the bottom of it to get it all sewn in place. I will be honest, I actually ended up using hot glue on this. I felt that gave me a little more control. You want to position your flowers and your leaves exactly where you want them, just to make them look the way you want. Again, I actually did like to use hot glue with this. I just felt like it gave me a lot more control on where everything was, but you can definitely sew it on or you can use hot glue. It's whatever you like. Once you get all your flowers on, either glued or sewed on, your headband is going to be complete and ready to adorn a little girl's head. I really hope you liked this video tutorial. I'm starting to do video tutorials for all of my crochet patterns, so if you prefer seeing video tutorials, definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel, press the like button, press the notification button so you are notified of any new tutorials that are coming out.